On this edition of Rays All Access, we're focusing on the next generation. This diverse group of 4 up-and-coming players have one thing in common. They're all expected to make an impact on the big league roster in 2025 and beyond. Jonathan Aranda has gone from a skinny 17-year-old shortstop to one of the best bats in Tampa Bay's lineup.
Bueno, me siento muy bien, muy feliz y contento, orgulloso de lo que he logrado, no por solo demostrarle a la demás gente que puedo hacerlo realmente, sino por demostrármelo a mí mismo que soy capaz de estar en este lugar, en las grandes ligas y poder competir y que te comparen con los grandes del deporte. Yo creo que es algo fabuloso.
Chandler Simpson is applying his unique skill set to bring small ball back to baseball.
It's just one of those things where people had to instill that in me from a younger age, that I was going to have to be able to put the ball in play most of the time, because that was going to have to be my game as I got older in the game. So just being able to take pride in that and continue to hone in on that and knowing that that's my craft, I feel like that's what got me to this point.
And Cameron Meisner is embracing his country roots and making the most of his last-second call-up with an opening day to remember.
And Cameron Meisner gets into this one, a long drive deep to right. That baby's gone! Home run and the Rays win it 3-2.
And La Maxima, Junior Caminero, will tell us what it was like winning a championship with his hometown team in the Dominican last winter and how that experience helped them get ready for this season. Signed by the Rays as an international free agent back in 2015, Jonathan Aranda has gone from a skinny kid from Tijuana with a sweet swing to a middle-of-the-order hitter who's established himself as one of the most reliable bats in Tampa Bay's lineup. But Johnny, first of all, knowing your history, knowing the pride you have being from Tijuana, when do you first remember picking up a baseball? When was the first time that you fell in love with the game?
Bueno, yo creo que la primera vez que levanté una pelota de béisbol o practiqué el deporte fue yendo o viendo practicar a mi primo, ¿no? Yo tuve un primo de Tijuana también que él jugó béisbol profesional, fue pitcher ahí en Tijuana y bueno, yo creo que desde ahí comenzó toda nuestra historia en el béisbol.
When you started playing baseball, did it come naturally to you at first? When did you realize that this was something you could be really good at?
Bueno, al principio todo fue como todo niño, yo creo que empieza jugando por diversión, por hacer un deporte. Yo solamente no jugaba béisbol, yo jugaba básquetbol y en algún momento llegué a jugar fútbol también. Yo creo que fue a la edad de los 13, 14 años que me empecé a dar cuenta que podría hacer algo un poquito más. La primera vez que se me acercó un scout fue en un torneo nacional en México y lo más curioso es que se me acercaron como para ser pitcher.
In 2015, Carlos Rodriguez came to see Randy Arozarena. That workout never came to fruition. He ends up seeing you. What do you remember about that tryout, that workout, and Carlos being there, and Eddie helping with your scouting there from Mexico to eventually being a part of the Rays organization?
Bueno, lo que puedo recordar de ese día, yo creo que fue pues un día maravilloso. Yo creo que había sido mi segundo o tercer tryout y pues siempre uno con la esperanza de poder satisfacer, ¿no? a los scouts y vean que pues que hay un potencial a futuro y bueno, fue muy bonito ver que pues Carlos, que ahora ya lo conozco, ya son 10 años con la organización y es muy bonito ver cómo han sido parte y que confiaron y se han dado los resultados.
Randy was out there. We knew that his aspirations were much higher, but our scouting supervisor in Mexico, Eddie Diaz, he was confident. He was like, "Don't worry. I think we can see him, and I think we can get a look." And so he set up for me to go down to Tijuana in hopes of seeing Randy. Just as a fail-safe, we discussed like, okay, what else can we see? What can you set up? And so he actually set up a workout in which Aranda was one of the players, and so a really cool story, serendipity. the swing is almost the same. It's actually kind of crazy going back. And actually, in San Diego, I had the video of Jonathan during that tryout, and I showed it to his dad. And I said, "Do you remember?" And he's like, "Wow, it's like the same swing." I'm like, "I know, except he's a little bigger, a little stronger." But yeah, he was a shortstop, lean, wiry. Always had really good just back control, and was able to just to kind of really handle it.
Carlos remembers watching you at that tryout as a shortstop. You were a shortstop at the time. I think he said you weighed about 155 pounds. When did you start to put on some more muscle and more weight as you were in the organization?
Bueno, yo creo que fue algo que batallé bastante. Sí tardé fácil unos 5 años, yo creo, empezar a poner un poquito más de peso. Recuerdo ir a Dominicana y me acuerdo que todos levantaban pesas y el de gimnasio me decía, vamos, tú puedes, pero pues más que le daba pesas no podía levantar subir de peso. Y bueno, yo creo que a los 5 años empecé a desarrollar un poquito más de fuerza y fue como fui ganando un poquito más de físico.
When you think of your time, whether it be being signed, playing in the Dominican a little bit, going through the system, when did it start to click for you? I know you had the MVP season in Durham, you got the call up in 2022. When did it really click for you that things were going to work out and you felt like you were becoming the hitter you knew you could be capable of?
Bueno, todo comenzó en el 2020 en la Liga de Invierno. Fue la primera oportunidad que tuve para jugar diario. Entonces ahí sentí yo como que ya me desarrollé un poquito más como pelotero. Y al venir la temporada 2021 en AA, bueno, empezamos en clase A fuerte. Empezamos con un buen año, ¿no? Un buen año, y yo creo que ahí es donde nos empezamos a dar cuenta que las cosas podrían ser un poco mejores. Terminamos en AA ese mismo año ganando el MVP de la liga, y yo creo que eso fue lo que me terminó de dar ese clic donde yo dije que sí podría estar en las grandes ligas.
I remember your major league debut vividly. I got a chance to chat with your father as he was watching you in the stands. What do you remember about that day? How nervous were you when you got called up? And how proud were you to have gone through your journey and finally be making your major league debut?
Bueno, fue un orgullo muy grande para mí porque sé que no la tuve fácil. Fueron casi 7 años en ligas menores. Yo sé que cada pelotero tiene su camino distinto, ¿no? Y yo creo que es lo bonito del béisbol. Pero bueno, estar en ese debut maravilloso, tan soñado, fue una emoción muy grande para mí. No recuerdo haber estado muy nervioso, pero fue algo increíble. No sentía como que estaba ahí porque no me la creía que ya era realmente las grandes ligas, y el poder estarlo disfrutando fue algo que me llena de orgullo.
You make your debut, and then the success you had at the minor leagues, it took a little bit of time to translate to this level. What did you go through mentally? The ups and downs, coming up, being sent back down, working on things, coming back up to try to prove yourself. How did you work through that mentally?
Al principio sí fue algo que me daba motivación a ser más fuerte, ¿no? Como ya había probado las grandes ligas, era como que, ok, ya las probé, quiero volver. Entonces era algo que me motivaba a dar un poquito más. Pero muchas veces también estábamos en las grandes ligas, sentíamos que habíamos hecho el trabajo y nos mandaban para AAA de nuevo, y era algo como que me metía en la cabeza, ¿ahora qué pasa? ¿Ahora qué tengo que hacer? Pero yo creo que hemos trabajado muy bien esa parte, y yo creo que eso es lo que nos mantiene ahora mismo, que nos ayudó mucho en fortalecer nuestra mente de que pues todo pasa por algo, tenemos que trabajar en las cosas que solamente podemos controlar.
Let's fast forward to last year's spring training. You get told by Kevin Cash, you're making the opening day roster. The excitement that came over you. And then an hour later, 90 minutes later, you text a picture to your dad of your broken finger. What were the emotions like from feeling like you'd finally made it to realizing, oh no, here we go again, another setback?
Sí, fue una emoción muy grande, muy bonita y muy diferente al mismo tiempo, porque pues en el lapso de una hora viví la emoción más grande que podía haber tenido como pelotero, pero después se me vino todo hacia abajo. Pero fue algo que pudimos pasarlo, ¿no? Las cosas pasan por algo y simplemente no se pudo dar la oportunidad en ese momento y pues seguimos con esa mentalidad fuerte.
So that injury, that setback, it motivated you even more to do what we're seeing you do this year. Would you say that that's accurate?
Sí, esa lesión me motivó. Este año se nos presentó la oportunidad y bueno, no te voy a asegurar que pudo haber sido lo que pudo haber sido el año pasado, pero estoy 100% seguro que la oportunidad que me están dando ahora la estoy disfrutando mucho y pues la estoy aprovechando realmente como debería de ser.
Not only are you enjoying the moment, you're making the most of your moment. The start you've had this year, being among baseball's best in batting average and OPS, you're up there with the likes of an Aaron Judge. How proud are you of the success you've had early on this season and emerging as maybe one of the best young hitters in baseball?
Bueno, me siento muy bien, muy feliz y contento, orgulloso de lo que he logrado, no por solo demostrarle a la demás gente que puedo hacerlo realmente, sino por demostrármelo a mí mismo que soy capaz de estar en este lugar, en las grandes ligas y poder competir y que te comparen con los grandes del deporte, yo creo que pues algo fabuloso.
How much did this minor league system with this organization, from when you got signed to going through the different levels, playing in Mexico, playing a little bit in the Dominican, how much did all of that prepare you for this moment where you're producing at this level?
Yo creo que el 100%, porque tienes que desarrollarte completamente como pelotero para poder estar aquí. Y pues gracias a Dios he estado toda mi carrera aquí con esta organización y ellos me conocen al 100%. Y yo creo que ellos desarrollaron cada parte de mí como pelotero y más que nada como bateador, ¿no? Ellos me encontraron un poder donde pues se tardó años en encontrar y bueno, es muy bonito poder trabajar a la par de toda esta gente que me conoce muy bien.
It's been so much fun to watch that development from even when you got called up and making your debut to where you are now. I know how proud you are of your Mexican heritage. You wear Tijuana on your sleeve, and you wear it on your heart. How much do you go out each and every day on this field representing your home country and playing for Mexico?
Todos los días salgo a darlo todo por esa afición mexicana. Yo creo que hay mucha gente que nos apoya todos los días. No soy el único pelotero mexicano, pero sé que todos los jugadores lo representan con mucho orgullo y yo me siento contento de estar aquí y poder salir y jugar ese juego fuerte para que toda esa gente pueda estar orgullosa de sus peloteros mexicanos.
When your career is over, when it's all said and done, when you finally hang it up, what do you want people to remember about Jonathan Aranda?
Bueno, yo creo que quisiera que me recordaran como una persona que nunca se rindió, con mucha disciplina y con ganas de hacer las cosas, una persona que supo aprovechar las oportunidades que le daban y una persona que nunca se rendía en el terreno de juego.
You hope to be an example for others that maybe have the same dream like you, that 17 years old, maybe think it's a long, long ways away, a lot of work away. You want to be an example for those kids that, look, I made it, you can too?
Sí, yo creo que quisiera ser un ejemplo para ellos porque, bueno, más que nada yo tengo un sobrino también que está creciendo en el béisbol y quisiera ser un ejemplo para él, que él se puede lograr las cosas, ¿no? Una motivación y un ejemplo a seguir al 100%.
Coming up next on Rays All Access, Chandler Simpson tells us how he's making his small ball style of play work in an era when power is the name of the game. Launch angle, exit velocity, and home run distance are all the rage when it comes to hitting in today's game. And that's what makes Chandler Simpson's rapid climb to the minors so notable. A contact hitter with serious base stealing skills has already shown us his old school style still plays at the major league level. Recently, our own Rich Hollenberg caught up with baseball's fastest man.
What was the other sport other than baseball that you loved the most?
Basketball for sure. Yeah, I mean, I hooped right when I started baseball. I started basketball, so I played basketball all the way up to my freshman year of high school. And just having players that I watched in basketball, Kobe Bryant, Russell Westbrook, people like that I grew up watching. Yeah, basketball is probably my second love for sure.
Yeah, and we were just talking, there is no shortage of talent from where you grew up, baseball-wise, but basketball-wise also. Who did you admire or try to model your basketball and baseball games after?
Well, I mean, I love Russell Westbrook, Kobe, just the fire they bring to their games and the hustle aspect, and they go 100% all the time. They get hype, things like that. And then baseball, watch a lot of D. Gordon, Billy Hamilton growing up in high school. I used to watch their highlights before high school games. I still do, like, to this day. So just model my game after them because they play the style I play, and I want to get to the same success that they had in the league.
So most people are walking around with their headphones on, listening to whatever their favorite music is. You're sitting in your locker watching highlights of your favorite players to get hype?
I'm watching highlights. I'm listening to music too, but I'm watching some highlights here and there, just seeing what I can choose and pick from to just add to my games.
All right, DJ, give me the Chandler Simpson playlist. What gets you the most hype?
I listen to a lot of Huncho, he an Atlanta rapper, Gunna, Lil Baby, Young Thug. I like old school music too. I listen to Tupac, Biggie, Ashanti. Yeah,
okay.
So yeah. I listen to a little bit of everything. Yeah, I listen to a little bit of everything.
I was a little bit lost at first, but Tupac and Biggie, now you're talking. For someone who has never seen Chandler Simpson play a single lick of baseball, how would you describe yourself as a ball player?
I say I'm a spark plug, table setter, somebody that's kind of like a throwback type of player, just somebody that wants to get on base, do anything that it takes to get on base, take the extra 90 feet, steal bases, sack fly, sack bunts, get bunts down, move runners over, score runners, and play good defense.
When you were coming up playing baseball, Little League, whatever it was, it sounds like you knew from a very early age that you were probably faster than most of the kids. Were you always stealing bases? Was swiping bags part of your game from day one?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was emphasized to me when I was little that speed was gonna have to be my game all throughout, however long I played baseball. So, I mean, it was constantly preached to me, and so yeah, stealing bases and doing all that was a big part of my game from the very start.
I remember seeing your dad in the stands when you came up and made your debut this year. Other than Pops, who was a big influence on you growing up?
Yeah, we had his coach when I was younger, Coach Joe Austin. When I grew up, like he was a big part of our whole community growing up in Atlanta, just playing baseball, and he taught us everything that we knew, and we wouldn't be nowhere close to what we made it to without him. So he's a big part for sure.
You ended up at Georgia Tech. Why the Yellow Jackets?
It was home. I mean, it was convenient, and just the fact that friends and family was able to come to the games, and it was good for my mom and dad. Was able to stay at home during that time, and yeah, so it was just a great opportunity for me and further my baseball career, and I'm glad it worked out.
Going back to when you came up here first with the Rays this season, I remember being on the field maybe 20 yards from you after that first game, and it was like a party of Simpsons on the field.
Yeah.
Why is family so important to you?
I mean, just because, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that goes on when you get to like this level of athletics or sports in general. So just having the day ones and the people that stuck with you from the very beginning is really most important to me. Friends and family, just knowing that they got your back through no matter what, and they've been supporting you through everything.
A couple of years ago, you opened everybody's eyes all across baseball, 90+ steals. Then you followed up with 100+ steals. These are numbers that no one thought existed anymore in baseball. Did you know that you could be that good at stealing bases on the professional level?
Yeah, I feel like I had an idea that I could be pretty good at stealing bases, just especially with the new rules that came into baseball when I got in, so it was perfect timing. So with those rules being implemented in the game with the bigger bases and the time clock, and then only being able to pick off a certain amount of times, I feel like it played to my best abilities and my capabilities, so I'm glad I'm being able to take full advantage of that.
When you're not in a game and you're preparing for a game or for a season, how do you balance working on your base running and your speed versus your hit tool? Because it almost gets lost in the shuffle that you were a 300 hitter coming up through the minors.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's never get lost in me. It's just it goes hand in hand. I mean, I can't steal the bags or get on base without the hit tool. So, I mean, I work on that more than the speed element of it. I mean, speed is every day. I mean, I work on it as much as I can, but I'm really honing in on my craft, hitting, bunting, making sure I can control the strike zone, things like that. Because if I don't do that, then I can't take those bags.
The bat-to-ball skills were evident from Jump Street when you got called up. How do you attribute your ability to do that at such an early part of your career when, for some dudes, it takes years, seasons to get that good?
Well, I mean, I feel like it's just one of those things where people had to instill that in me from a younger age, that I was going to have to be able to put the ball in play most of the time, because that was going to have to be my game as I got older in the game. So just being able to take pride in that and continue to hone in on that and knowing that that's my craft, I feel like that's what got me to this point.
Are you a goal setter?
Yeah, most definitely.
You write those goals down?
Yeah, most definitely. I sleep on it. Before every season, I write all my goals on a piece of paper, fold it up, and then I sleep on it every night during the season. So.
I once talked to Emmitt Smith, and he told me when he was coming up playing Pop Warner football, his coach told him, take all your dreams, write them down, and that's the only way they become goals.
That's facts.
What's under your pillow that you haven't achieved yet?
I mean, it's quite a bit. I mean, there's a lot I want to accomplish in the game. I just want to be somebody that motivates and inspires generations to come. I mean, I feel like in the game of power, I feel like my game is different to what everybody else is accustomed to lately. But I just want to be a trendsetter in this aspect of the game and bring this back so that kids that are growing up and coming up in baseball, not just from Atlanta but around the country, just knowing that speed can be winning baseball and then they can make a difference in baseball. So.
Last year, the Rays led the American League in stolen bases. Were you just sitting in Durham licking your chops, wondering when am I going to get the opportunity to contribute to that?
Yeah, I mean, I knew that when the time come, I just wanted to be ready. I mean, I didn't care if it was going to be earlier or later. I just wanted to be ready, and if they felt like I was ready, then I knew that my time was there. So I knew that they like to take a lot of bags, so I'm glad for that because that is a custom to my game. So I mean, I'm just trying to add to that as the season goes on.
With the way this season has progressed to this point, what do you feel like is most important for you to improve on? And just to follow up on that, what's the one thing that you might have even surprised yourself with how naturally it's come to you?
I mean, everything. I can improve on everything. I mean, there's nothing that, I don't have it all figured out right now. I mean, just continue to take it one day at a time, continue to learn, have open mind, open ears, and continue to listen, learn from the vets, that people that play my game and been through this thing before me, so I can avoid some hurdles or whatnot in the future. So just continue to do that, but really just continue to make adjustments. I mean, it's going to be a game of adjustment to my last day I play, so continue to take it one day at a time and continue to grow.
You seem like a pretty laid-back dude off the diamond, but we see the energy and the hype and the swag when you're playing. How does that all fit into the clubhouse, and even bigger picture, how does it fit into this organization?
Yeah, that's actually funny because like a lot of people, when they see me off the field, like I'm real chill, laid back, but when I like cross the lines, like it's a different person. So they find it funny when I get hype on the field and stuff. But I mean, just a fire that I have playing the game, and I put so much work into the game. Like when I have success on the field, I mean, it gives me hype, and that I'm happy that I'm having success. Because a lot of people that put in work and they don't have success on the field. So when it happens and I can see the work flourish on the field, then that gives me lit.
So where would that energy manifest itself if you weren't a baseball player? If someone said to you, baseball's done, start the next chapter of your career, Chandler, what would that look like?
I mean, to give back. I mean, I feel like I was put on the earth to change the game and then motivate and inspire and give back to the game. So when I'm done playing, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give back to the game, and I made it to a pivotal point in my career. Like I made it to the big leagues. There's still a lot more I want to accomplish at this level, but after I'm done playing, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give back to the game, give back to younger kids, African-American kids, so I can pave a way for them to make it to the big leagues as well. So.
I don't want you to tell me any secrets that are too inside, but going back to that list that you say you put under your pillow and you sleep on, is there one thing you could share with me that you want to achieve either this year or down the road that you could say, it's written down, I'm going to do this?
Yeah, I mean, so I looked up to Vince Coleman a lot, and he stole 100 bags his first 3 years in the big league. So, and I did it in the minors. So, to steal 100 bags in the big leagues for a season, I feel like that'd be pretty crazy. So, yeah, that's one thing for sure.
A last-second addition to the Rays' opening day roster because of injuries, Cameron Misner is showing he has the tools to play at this level. The guy who teammates affectionately call Cowboy Cam recently sat down to talk about his path to the big leagues, which started in a small Midwestern town. Once again, here's our Rich Hollenberg.
Growing up in Poplar Bluff, Missouri, I did a little homework. 16,000 is the population, the gateway to the Ozarks. What was your experience like growing up in that area?
You know, obviously very rural. You know, I loved every second of it. You know, I still do. I have a lot of family, a lot of friends that are still there. I don't know, just a hardworking, family-oriented background. It's kind of what you do there. So you know, I'm very appreciative of it.
A lot's been made of the fact that you are a Cowboy baseball player. We'll touch on that in just a bit. But as a baseball fan growing up, you were south of St. Louis. Does that make you a Cardinals fan?
Everybody's Cardinal fans down there.
Yeah.
Die-hard Cardinal fans. Everybody gets done working, they watch the Cardinal game, and you know, my dad always watched the Cardinal game, so you know, I was 06, 11 Cardinals. You know, Jim Emmons out there running around. There's several good years growing up.
Oh yeah, definitely exciting stuff. What was outside of baseball? What was your childhood like growing up in Poplar Bluff?
Did a lot of hunting and fishing. Like you talked about earlier, a lot of work on the farm. Just kind of how I grew up. One of my family, that one side has a cattle farm, the other side has like a row crop farm. So it's kind of best of both worlds there. And I don't know, just found stuff to do outdoors.
Rumor has it you got involved in rodeo.
When at a young age, I rodeoed.
So give me an idea of what that means. What does rodeoing mean?
I mean, I rode calves, rode steers. I think my mom saw the first bull and decided to put some cleats on me. She didn't like the lifestyle of it, so I started playing more sports and fell in love with sports.
What other sports did you play? What did you love?
Basketball, football. You know, I liked all. I have a big football family. Brother, dad, Kyler, uncles, grandpa, they all played college football. So I always loved football. I was a little better at baseball, so I stuck with it.
And then you end up going to Missouri. Como's not that far from Poplar Bluff. What was the decision to go the college route instead of trying your hand going to the pros right out of high school?
I know my parents wanted me to go to college. It was pretty easy because I didn't get any money or anything like that. So the decision to go to college was better for me. I got a lot better. I needed to go there. You know, I learned a lot, and you know, it ended up paying off 3 years later. So it was a good decision, and I'm glad I did it.
Now, obviously, Mizzou is part of the SEC. But back in the day, what would you describe that experience like, going to school in Columbia, being part of the Missouri Tiger program? What was that like?
It was awesome. It, you know, I grew up a Mizzou fan. You know, there's several schools around there, but I always enjoyed Mizzou. You know, my family and friends, they watched Mizzou football games on Saturdays, and you know, I got the opportunity to go there, and you know, it's a pretty easy yes for me. And when I got there, I did nothing but develop, it felt like, and got better. And 3 years later, I was drafted again, so it was very fortunate.
So speaking of drafted, you were drafted by the Marlins, and then like so many players you played with, players you play against, you get traded to the Rays. Being that that was the first time you experienced that, how did you handle it, and what do you remember from that time?
I was in the, obviously lower levels in Miami. You're trying to work your way up, and then you get traded over here, and it's kind of the same thing. So it's never, just kind of enjoyed like the whole process of it. It was kind of weird because, you're on the other side of the field in the same kind of conference, and you're playing the same guys, just in a different uniform, and same game. And, I'm very fortunate of it. I enjoy the Rays and, everything they've done for me. And, same with Miami. They did a lot for me in my time there. And, I just feel like I'm where I should be. So,
After the surprise or shock or however you would describe it wore off, what did you know and what did you learn about the Rays organization that you were like, hey, this might be a really good fit for me?
I think there's just a lot of opportunity. I think when I came over here, there's a lot of opportunity to help the big league club win, and that's kind of what I put my mind to. And so far this year, I've kind of got off to a good start and done that.
And then you get a taste of big league baseball last year, getting called up in the summer. What do you remember about that call-up experience when you were in Durham?
It was awesome. Our kind of got the whole team together, and our manager Mo, who I've had for several years, he did a really good job with it. He kind of gave a big spill. He said, whenever you think you're in, you're out. Whenever you think you're out, you're in. And at the time, I didn't necessarily think I was in, so it was pretty cool. He kind of did that spill, then he announced it, and kind of the whole team, applauded and kind of got behind my back. It was pretty cool.
Take me back to the time that you first took the field in a Rays uniform and getting to play with a big league club for the first time in your life.
I did. It was in Houston. I came in, played left field the last inning, and actually faced Josh Hader as my first at bat.
That's fun.
Lefty wasn't the best at bat for me, but it was awesome. I remember running off the field and the whole place went dark. He was coming out of the bullpen, and I won't forget that. It was cool.
Things obviously must be going a million miles an hour, but now that you have almost a year to look back on that, how did that experience inform how you are as a player right now?
Just understanding the situation and understanding everything, and just knowing it's the same game. He's up there trying to get you out, and you're trying to get on first base, and just trying to control what you can control and stay level-headed and have fun.
I would imagine getting that taste of big league baseball makes you only hungry for more. So take us through your offseason, this past offseason. What did you do? What did you focus on to try to improve as a ball player?
I did. I got called up for the month and kind of got exposed in several ways at the plate, and knew there's some things I needed to work on. And I went out and went to a facility and kind of worked on those all off season. And I came down here from there and got off to a good start in spring training, and I've been feeling good since.
If you don't mind shedding a little light on some insider tips, if you would, what did you feel like you had to work on the most, and what did you feel like going into spring training you improved the most on?
I think, as a hitter, you want to be athletic. I've always been blessed to be very athletic, and kind of got away from that the past couple of years. And as a hitter, you want your barrel to be in the zone as long as possible, and mine was kind of in and out quick, and just wasn't giving myself the best room for error, and that's mainly what my focus was all season.
Let's fast forward just a little bit more to the fun stuff. March 28th, 2025, wasn't that long ago. You're a late replacement in the game, and you step up to the plate in the bottom of the ninth inning against the Rockies. What do you remember from that moment?
Not much from the moment itself, but it was awesome. I remember, unfortunately, Josh Lowe went down that game, and Brandon came up to me and was like, we kind of need you to step up, and it's your time to step up and help us win. And I ended up getting that pinch hit, hitting the home run, and to me, that's what kind of means the most. It's pretty cool.
Did you feel like you were sprinting around the bases when you hit the
Oh,
home run?
I felt like I left the box and was back in the box like that.
Before that happened, though, you, if I remember correctly, you were essentially the last option on the bench. Were you trying to get your mind right at that point of, I have to be ready to go because if my number's called, I'm the only guy sitting here that Cash is going to call on?
Right. I think there's always that you gotta have to have that mentality. You know, I think as a position player, you're never really not in the game. There's always a chance that you'll be in there, and like you said, I was the last guy, and if anybody was gonna get called, it was me, and you know, I was gonna be ready for it.
Now some stuff a little bit away from baseball. We talked about being a Cowboy. Do you embrace the idea that you are Cowboy Cameron Misner with the rest of this team?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. It's just always, I mean, it's who I've been, and I don't get called a Cowboy back home. They call me a Cowboy here, but I guess everybody's Cowboys where I'm from, so it doesn't bother me.
Everybody first notices, obviously, the hat. Are you more comfortable wearing a baseball hat or a Cowboy hat?
They both fit my head pretty good.
And what about the boots? That would be the second thing that anybody would notice. Now, I read that you have a pair of ostrich boots.
I do have a pair of ostrich boots.
Are those your favorite boots?
I have a couple pair of ostriches, but I'd say one of the pairs of ostriches are my favorite ones.
Why is that?
Broke in the best, comfiest. I don't know, I had them for a little bit, and it's just what I don't know, it's what I board the plane with, it's what I like.
I grew up in New Jersey and I've lived in Florida for 30 years, so I don't know a thing about cowboy boots. So tell me why ostrich boots are special.
You know, I don't really know. I think I like the look of them. I like the way they feel. You know, the leather is pristine to me. I don't know, it's just something about them.
You strike me as someone who is perfectly happy blending into the background. You don't necessarily crave the spotlight. You don't want to stand out. And yet we're seeing pictures of Cameron Misner on road trips with the boots and the hat and people taking pictures of you. How does that make you feel?
I think it stands out a little more in bigger cities. But I don't know, it's just what I wear. It's what I've always kind of worn. You know, jeans and boots. And I think when you're in settings where nobody else is wearing that, it just stands out a little more. But you know, I'm not going to change who I am. I'm here to work hard and help the team win.
You can take Cameron Misner out of cowboy country, but you don't take the cowboy out of Cameron Misner, right? So it leads me to my last question, Cameron. When baseball's over for you, whenever that is, what are you going to do when you retire?
I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But, you know, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I'm going to work hard doing it, and I'm going to figure it out.
When we come back, La Maxima, Junior Caminero, will tell us what it was like to win a championship with his hometown team, the Dominican. Since coming to the Rays in what was an under-the-radar deal with Cleveland in 2021, Junior Caminero has quickly become a core piece of the Rays' next generation. After getting his first extended time with the big league club last season, the 21-year-old third baseman went home to the Dominican to play winter ball for his hometown team in what would be a memorable offseason.
I started play baseball 5 years old, and yeah, I was the kids follow Escogido, you know, and fans. So my father gave me to go to the stadium, and you know, the dream for me say, I play here, I play here, I play here. Now I'm champion, so it's very incredible for me. I feel very good, very special moment because I don't know when I go down again, you know, so big time for Escogido, and you know, thank you for Tampa Bay Rays giving the opportunity to play. I'll be there, so it's very good for me, very happy. You know, Pujol, everything, so it's a special moment.
el líder en juegos salvados de todos los tiempos. Duro por el center field. No, no, no. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Lo hizo otra vez. Óiganme, señores. ¿Qué palo ha dado este muchacho?
That moment, I don't know, that's, crazy for me. And I say, I am the best, I am the best. For me, that's a special moment because when I said the keys back up to 2016, I got fans, and now play with Escogido is a special moment for me, and that's incredible. We Pujol support me everything, give me the opportunity every day, and then the line no, so it's just a special moment. That moment, I feel like last day for my life. That's incredible moment. The fans, you give me everything. God bless you, everything. So I feel very happy for me, very happy for the team because it's no win to ring 8 years. So now it's give me the opportunity, the one ring, and MVP 2 finally. So that's incredible for me. A special moment. I take in my ¿cómo se dice corazón? In my heart. I gotta go 4 times, 5th time in the year, the shopping, the Louis Vuitton, Dolce & Gabbana, Amiri, everything. I like it. Yeah. I shopping, go to the Adelaide, Los Angeles. I like it. Los Angeles. Saying Dominican Calcana, my family. I never post because my privacy life. So. La Máxima is stop, the best, everything. And my physical trainer in Dominican put in La Máxima in 2018. So now play with Lee, play Whittier, more Junior Caminero in the life. So now everyone La Máxima. So I like it.
A little trivia as we wrap up the show. The player the Rays traded to Cleveland for Junior Caminero, right-handed pitcher Tobias Myers. That'll do it for this edition of Rays All Access. To everyone who works on the show, I'm Ryan Bass. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.